I'm here to show you how Kleki works. It's a painting web app. You're going to need to use this for your complementary landscapes. And when you're doing complementary landscapes, you are to be using only two colors, one pair of complementary colors. You can use any shade of those complementary colors, but only one pair. I'm going to start by going over the tools that are on this side of the canvas, and then this is your area that you can paint in. I'm going to pick blue and orange as my complementary set of colors. So right here you can pick all your colors, you can drag, you can drop, it changes it, wherever you want it to go, it changes. And I'm going to start by showing you some of the brushes. So this first set of brushes, you can change the size. You can change the opacity, which means how clear or see-through or how solid the paint is. If you do it less opaque, you can add layers on top of things. So this is how this brush works. There's that blue. You can see a little bit of layering taking effect, like so. I can make the brush bigger, like so. That's the first brush. If you use the second brush, you get a speckly effect. It's almost like if you're using chalk or a spray can, you get a non-solid effect right there. And I'm using different shades of blue because, like I said, as long as you're using blue and orange, it doesn't matter what the shade is. Now the next brush is it's very cool because it acts almost like a feather brush. And you can make some really cool wavy effects, like so. So I'm going to turn this bottom into the water of my scene. And then finally there's this block one that creates kind of like solid looking shapes that are made out of squares. It's very interesting. The best thing to do is just experiment. That's the one set of brushes right here. If you go into the next set of brushes, which is this one, this does blending. You see, notice there's a blending thing. This is really acts like paint. So if we try some of this, you'll see that when I start painting, it'll give me multiple shades. So it'll go dark, it'll go light. It'll just continue to add color and blend like so. If I pick a darker color, you still get more shades. If I pick white, let's add some white on top of that. You can see it's not pure white. It becomes like a little bit grayish. Different values when you're using this brush because it blends colors together. It's very interesting. It's very cool. Experiment using that one. There you go. And then finally, there's this brush. This is one of my favorites because it really starts looking like paint. I'm going to show you an orange because I'm going to go to the orange. And you can use this and it spreads like watercolors almost. You get a really cool effect. It's great for skies, it's great for clouds, it's great for texture. You can overlay different colors. Oh, that's not the right color that I want. I want a little brighter. There we go. Try and keep it in the same color scheme. Remember, orange and blue. You can do green and red, or violet and yellow. And it does start looking really cool. Now, I'm doing this all on one layer. Meaning if I make a mistake, let's say I do that, and I didn't want to do that, I've just covered over the blue. I can erase it, because that's my next one is the eraser. But it's going to erase the blue too, which is a shame, because now my bottom is messed up. So that's okay. If I went to layers though, see how that's all in one layer? I can add a layer. I can make this layer 2. I can now use my brushes again. I'm going to go to, let's go to this brush. And I go back to over my blue. Oh, very purpley. Blues. And I start filling in again my blue. There we go. I got some blues. Maybe I'll use some of this brush too. Some white. Okay, now it's nice and blue. I've gone over. I fill that up and oops, I've gone too high. The difference is now, because it's on a separate layer, I can erase and it won't erase what's underneath. So experiment with layers too. I like to, when I create artwork online, I like to do um, my ground as a separate layer, my sky as a separate layer, and then anything that I put on top, like trees or buildings, um, I make a separate layer. So, for example, let's say I want to put a boat in this crazy water. I'm going to do another layer, and you can rearrange them if you want. You can put them up, down, however you choose. I'm going to put it on the top here because I want it over my water. And then I can take my brush, take my solid one. Um, Obviously, I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to do a little boat in here. I'm going to make an orange boat because remember, I can only use orange and blue. And I'm going to put a little boat. I'm going to make this very solid. I'm going to put a little boat riding the waves right here. Okay. I'm going to do a light orange for the sail. And there's my little boat. Now I'm doing this real quick for you, but there you go. Obviously, I would finish the whole scene, but there's my landscape, just orange and blue. I hope you experiment a lot and have a fun time creating your own artwork. So enjoy.